Hmm, I don't care. Like, I need a ring light. I am definitely overdue for a ring light. I really shouldn't be. I keep on forgetting that this is probably like not the best time to do this. Oh, got one person already. Pretty sure. Okay, if they don't say anything, then they're just coming in to probably tell me how much they think I suck as a human being or something. Hmm. Well, now's a good time to go ahead and talk about why I haven't been doing lives for a while. First of all, I'm in excruciating pain, as y'all probably can tell. Um, and also, nobody. Oh, I got two people in here. That's awesome. But yeah, like I've been in excruciating pain for like the past couple of weeks, and I have. Well, I've also been busy too. That's another thing. But also nobody really ever watches my lives like that, or rather, oh, I appreciate that, Miss Teal Antonio. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry about that. I hope that wasn't too loud. Give me a second, y'all. Facebook Messenger. But I do appreciate y'all for a lot of y'all for popping up and showing y'all support and everything like that. And I'm just been like I said, I've been busy, but also I've been in excruciating pain, and also I've kind of just sort of been in a really bad way, mentally, physically, emotionally, stuff like that. So give me a second. Multitasking over here. I got five people up in here. What? First of all, welcome. Good to have you here, Miss Teal Antonio. How are you doing today? Like, just because I'm in excruciating pain and actively depressed and going through some terrible things doesn't mean that you have to as well. You doing okay? How was your Halloween? Pretty good. That's what my last live video was supposed to be about. Me asking people how their Halloween went before I started getting like mass ignored. uh, uh, let's see. I wonder who's all in here. One thing I hate about this is that like it doesn't tell you who's in here. Doing fine. I watched the kids trick or treat. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's always sweet to see that. Like there was this video of this kid who there's this video that was like really kind of popular on TikTok, and it was this kid. She only had like maybe like only a little bit of candy, and she was just sharing with like her mom, and she was like, sharing is caring, and I'm just like, oh my god, for a second that almost made me want kids, that almost made me want children. Oh my goodness, I really, I shouldn't have went live this late because I ain't got no ring light, so I'm just silhouetting like crazy, and I look like talking shadow. It doesn't like no matter how far back I go, it just it looks like yeah, like I had five people up in here earlier, and it went down to three because it was like, oh my god, this person's like we could barely see this person. I'm assuming that that's why. Either that or it is just like, oh, he's still black. Um, but yeah, though the big reason why I haven't really been going live like that is because I've been in pain, but I've also been busy. I'm trying to learn how to swim, and there was like some swimming lessons that were they were offering locally. So I went down to community center to actually do some swimming lessons. So that took up a lot of my time. That plus I was all that plus there was a couple of wrestling shows that because I'm still part of the wrestling company even though I'm not training or anything like that. I'm still the camera guy over there, which is actually pretty dope. So there's that. And also, I won't lie to y'all, I just been too depressed to do it. I've just been way too depressed. I have been I have been feeling like the crippling feeling of depression and despair for like these past couple of weeks. And I kind of all I wanted to do is just kind of just sort of sleep for the most part. Hey, Miss Chrissy, how you been? Feels like forever since I've seen you. I thought you got bored of me. Shout out to the 8 people that are up in here, by the way. That's ridiculous. Like 80 y'all? 8? There's 8? Okay. Only 2 likes still though. Like, what's up with that? It's like I understand. I understand though. I'm not really a likable person, but I am glad for the 2 likes that I get. But there's 8 people up in here and only 2 likes. I'm convinced that 6 of y'all don't like your boy. I'm still here. Haven't seen you go live in a while. Yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been sick. I've been busy, and I've been depressed. And I I genuinely like I've been in a really really bad way. I feel like I just got out of a fight and still like recuperating from all the loss. Because yeah, like I said, I had this I just recently found out I have a gigantic cavity, and it's gonna cost me a lot of money in order to get it taken care of. And I also just recently and I'm also depressed, and that's kind of been sort of like stopping me on doing a lot of things. And yeah, so it does, like I said, it feels good to it feels good to have people here. Also, like, I mean, it's daylight savings time, so it gets darker really quickly now, and I'm be coming back to like, I come home from work I come home from work like maybe like a good hour and a half before I gotta, you know, before I can like actually do lives and stuff like that. It's a lot. It was a lot. Do appreciate y'all for showing up, by the way. Although I'm genuinely surprised that y'all show up. I actually didn't expect anybody to actually come in. I was gonna ramble and rant for a little bit, but yeah, like I said, with the depression, the sickness, and with the depression, my sickness, and actually being legitimately busy, I haven't been able to do this as much as I like to. But enough about me. What you guys been up to? It feels like forever since I've seen you. How y'all been? Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I've been having it pretty rough. I want to hear how you guys are doing. Any cool things happen? Any cool things happened this past week for you guys? Y'all read any good books, watched any good movies? Uh, any of y'all fell in love? That can happen. It's the season of love. What's the season of love? Every season. God, dog, I hate this shadow, man. I really do. I do not like this shadow. Today we're just. I should have called this going dark because oh my god, it couldn't be any darker if I did this. Oh my goodness. Mm. I ain't gonna lie though, y'all. I'm still depressed though. I'm still depressed. I had a bad day at work, and you know, and like I said, that really high bill from the dentist really just kind of made me realize that like it just kind of made me just sort of feel powerless. Like whatever I want to do to try to like improve my life or improve myself in any fashion, it just feels like everything I'm going to do is just going to fall short. So I'm always going to be responsible for bad things that happen to me, but I'm never going to be responsible for good things that happen to me. Like for example, I I might need a second job. I might need a second job, and I want this to be my second job. But I lose subscribers quicker than I get them. You know, so it's like, now I gotta actually go out and seek an actual second job. And I've been trying to do that, but nobody really wants to hire your boy like that. So, I just find myself just sort of wondering like, what am I gonna do? Like, if things eventually get so bad to a point where what up, bro? Checking from my other page. Um, thanks for the support. what's your other page called? No offense, it's just that, like, every time everybody always comes in like with different names and different stuff like that, and I'm always like, who are you? But I'm not doing it to be rude. I just, yeah, you know. Thanks for checking in for your other page, but wait, is this RC? Is this another channel from RC? But yeah, I do appreciate you guys for new subscriber. I've enjoyed your videos. Glad to see you live. Thank you. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie. Like, new subscriber, I really appreciate it. I hope you don't unsubscribe after you realize how my videos usually get, because it's almost always either politics or me being upset because I'm still broke or something. I just see I never sub to this page of yours. Oh, dang. Um, I understand. I mean, I do need subscribers, but hey, if you don't want to, if you don't want to subscribe, I'm not gonna make you. Oh, okay. But yeah, I do appreciate you subscribing. Tam, I thanks, man. Like I said, I had a really rough time. Like I said, I'm still very, very, very depressed. I still got like some stuff going on. I'm trying my best to just I'm trying to feel better. And this is like, I like going live because I like talking to people. But then I remember normally when I go live, nobody ever actually wants to talk. They just, I don't know. Uh, I figured I had already, but I guess I was never under this account when you went live before. This is more or so my struggle account. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for, popping in using your other accounts. Hey, if you aren't subscribed, feel free to. I need the numbers, bro. Uh, this girl's crazy. Okay, let's see. Sorry about this, y'all. I read something really weird, and I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all though. Like, I'm really like, I'm bummed out and I'm depressed and I'm trying to make myself feel better, and I genuinely don't know how to go about doing that. So I am. Uh, God, man. Also, the thing about this tooth pain is that like it comes in at random, so I don't know specifically when it's gonna happen. It's like it always does a precursor where it always feels like my tooth is about to like hang and swing. Like right now, it's stable, and but once it starts feeling like it's about to hang and swing, that's when the agony starts coming in. I don't know when that's gonna happen, and you don't go live during the weekdays much. Yeah, because normally because I work, and I'm usually either working or I'm training or I'm doing something. But this is one of the few times where this is kind of like one of those instances. Hold on. But yeah, I don't normally go live throughout the week. because like I said, I got work, and I also normally be doing something. Are you still employed? Hopefully, yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm still employed. It's just that, like, that's why I said I work throughout the week, but it's just the sheer fact that it's like I'm normally doing something throughout the week. I'm normally either like going, I'm either training, or like I said, this past couple of days, I've been learning how to swim. I actually went to a locally organized swim lesson. The only problem was it was only for 2 weeks. But it was like every day at like 7. It was like every day at like 7, from like Monday through Thursday anyway. But then, like I said, I normally go train. I also be training too. Wow, people are just bored. People are tired. People are floating out of here. That's fair. Okay, I get it. I get it. But yeah, man, that's what's been going on though. Man, I feel terrible. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying my best to. But yeah, like, I am trying to like get another job, but like it's really hard to find another job right now because I want to get a warehouse job. That's what I want to do. I want to work at a warehouse or. Hmm. Oh man, but yeah, I'm still employed at that job though, dude. I just haven't, like, I've been working. I've been working mostly. Uh, my goodness. Show of hands of who's in the chat right now. And also, how y'all day been? I mean, if you don't want to answer that question, that's fine. But I mean, like, y'all know me. I like to get to know y'all. Who are you? Like who would it like? How would you answer the question? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Would you just say I'm me, and just let it kind of, just let it kind of just do its thing, or like how would you respond? At least they haven't launched out the door in a cruel fashion. Right. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, how would you address yourself? Like, if you, who do you think, who do you believe and truly believe that you are? Yeah, I figured, I understood the context, dude. I get it. I do appreciate you for uh clearing it up though. I'm gonna go ahead and do this lesson right quick before I forget. This day has been pretty much boo boo, but I tell you this, I can't inwardly yell or cry too much. I'm still kicking on Crappy World. Okay. By the way, I think I've asked you this before, RC, because I'm pretty sure you're RC. RC, how old are you again? Righty, we are. While I am doing this live, I'm gonna go ahead and do this lesson because I almost forgot to. Let's go ahead and get this day going.
仕事の後、テレビを見ます。
After work, I watch TV.
家事の後、寝ます。家事の後、寝ます。
That means after I make a post, I go to bed. Oh, chores.
タクシーはもうすぐ来ます。 来ます。
The taxi will.
もうす
Crap. I almost didn't know that. Let's see. Sugi no wa blank wa mo
来ま
sukurimasu?
す。もうすぐ。
Mosugu. Wait, hold on. Sugi no. Oh my god. What is it? Bus? Is it bus? Let's see. What is this? Yeah, I do enjoy studying. I do enjoy studying different languages. It's one. It used to before I I was actually at one time learning 10 languages at once. Sugi no. Oh my god, what is this? Let's see.
定食。
Nope. Denshi.
電車。
Densha. That's a train. Let's go.
ダニエルさんに聞きましょう。聞きましょう。
We should ask Daniel. Day has been blah. I work 312s on weekends and mentally preparing for it. Oh, 312s? Wait, as in like you work 12-hour shifts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Oh my goodness. Man, what do you do? That sounds exhausting. I'm getting exhausted just thinking about that. 3 12-hour shifts? This on weekends? No. That sounds like hell, man. Ni kikimasu.
聞きましょ
Ni kikimasho. Sensei.
う。先生。
仕事の後、カフェに行きます。
After work, I go to a cafe.
タクシーはもうすぐ来ます。
I hope I got this right. Oh yeah.
毎朝仕事に行きます。
Shigoto.
仕事、
I work every morning or is it every night?
毎朝、
I go to work every morning. The train will come soon.
電車はもうすぐ見ます。
Man, I hope I got this right. Crap, hold on.
来ます。
次は京都です。
Next is Kyoto.
次は大阪ですか？次は大阪ですか？
Let's go. This feels a little too easy. I don't know why. God, dog, man. 312s? I'm sorry.
次の電車はもうすぐですか？
Is the next train close? Soon. Crap.
次は秋葉原です。次は秋葉原です。
いいえ、この電車は渋谷駅に行きます。
Man, I hope I got this right.
次の電車はもうすぐですか？
Finally. I'm here. I have been reviewing a few films and shows, but nothing really major, just a bit here or there. That's good, man. Like that's actually show reviews are actually like really good. For man, has it really been 1,396 days? Hmm. All right. Ooh. But yeah, dude, that's actually a 3. Oh, you work in healthcare. Oh my God, dude. I do not envy you in the slightest, buddy. I do not envy you. I respect it. Like I respect that. That is crazy, dude. Like that. Wow, that is. You work in healthcare, man. I'm glad and I appreciate the fact that you are. I appreciate the fact that you are in here. I just started. Yo, man. You just started working in healthcare. You already got like a weekend. You got 12. You got a 36-hour weekend. Bro, that is insane. Oh my God. That's wild. That's bonkers. Are you man? Like I said, I don't envy it at all, but I do respect it because like that, like being able to say to you, you're working in healthcare. Like that's crazy. That is crazy. Like, because here's the thing, like a lot, like healthcare, like healthcare. That's an intense business to get into. If we're being real, if we're being honest with ourselves, like it's like I can never like one of the few jobs. Like I'd rather continue working on retail before I work in healthcare because it's like because like now you got to deal with a lot of stuff there. You got to deal with man, you got to deal with like body fluid and people like losing their minds. And I mean, that's there is a bit of a dip. Like, there's not really that big of a gap between healthcare and retail, if you think about it. Like they both got their own form of therapy. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stories you can get from both sides. I think the only difference between one is that like one helps by providing substance, like providing things for people, and the other one provide assistance for people. So it's like that's intense. But if you got like a 36-hour weekend, that means throughout the week you don't really like. Are you there? Like you got like you're pretty free throughout the week, right? Is that what that means? Because I mean, like, unless you like, I don't know how work works over there, but it's like I'll still like to think that a full time shift is still. I like to think that a full time shift is still like 40 hours. Working at healthcare. No, thank you. Shoot, well, yeah, that does sound rough, dude. I don't envy. I respect it. I respect it. Definitely. That's crazy. That is wild. Also, real quick, I always endorse. I always try my best to. Oh wow, sorry, I'm tired. I'm getting tired. But yeah, like I always definitely try my best to sort of recommend Duolingo because it does have a free version to it and stuff like that. So it's like I try my best to always sort of recommend like free stuff for people. So, and they just recently learned I just recently learned how to play chess on that thing. So, I've always wanted to know how to play chess, or rather, I've always wanted to know how to play chess better. And you know what? I'm feeling cocky right now. I'm feeling a little arrogant. I'm going to give me a second. I'm about to actually go on Playables and actually, because if I'm not mistaken, there is a chess game on the YouTube Playables. Give me a second. What in the world? Where is it? I know I saw it. Hold on, y'all. I haven't had steady work in a while, so now my kids are older and I can work in longer hours. Used to do gig work, not enough money, and insurance too high for car. Hey, I get it. I understand. Also, you said kids got older. Like how? I will say this. I love the fact that I have a reasonable audience on here, but it's kind of wild that I like the demographics that I get is usually like I usually range from like 13-year-olds who just randomly stumble across up in here to like people who have children that are like apparently like not young. So it always just sort of like surprises me, like who I be. It always surprises me who I be getting into these getting into like to in my audience. It's always nice. It's always nice to see, and it's always just sort of it just makes me like question a lot of things, like who are like how did they find my stuff? I mean, it's nice. It's still nice though. It's like y'all are appreciated, but you say kids got older. I ain't gonna lie. With them, like I thought you was like I don't know. I thought you was like like in your I don't know your 20s or something. Okay. All right, so I'm about to try to play chess against the computer. I'm not that good at it. I have 4 days off in a row. Man, that's good. That's really good. Heck yeah, man. You got the whole day. You got the 4 days to just do whatever you want. But then you got to go there and just like ball out. Your weekends are theirs, bro. Like, and I honestly but that sounds kind of cool, actually. All right, I'm gonna try to play chess, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not good, but I've been feeling arrogant lately because I've been learning how to play chess. So here we go. I don't know the difference between classic and epic, so I'm gonna just go with classic. You play white, black won't move. Drag your piece to valid squares to move. You turn. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Clear all the black pieces to win. What the heck? Wait a minute. What? What is this? Only knights can jump over walls. Pick your eating order wisely. What is this? Wait a minute. Okay, this isn't chess. You know what? We good. I'm gonna probably play that in my spare time, but like not right now. That is questionable. Okay, but yeah, like you're having 4 days off in a row. That actually sounds nice though. You got the rest of the week to kind of do whatever you want, and just sort of like chill at the house. That's dope, man. Shoot. Well, until I all right, I'm gonna try to test out something real quick. Okay, so recently, a little while back, I have been trying to so I have access to a library card, and one thing I always try my best to do is there's this website that I used to be well at my library. There's this website. It's called Comics Plus. I'm a big fan of it. I think I've talked about it multiple times, and one of your videos show up on page last week. 44-year-old mom here. 44-year-old mom. Okay. Okay. I didn't know you were a lady. That threw me for a loop. Holy crap. Which video was it? Was it the most recent one where I was upset about being broke, or was it the really old one where I was upset about being broke? Because as you can obviously tell, I can get very upset about being broke. Oh man, that is wild, man. 44-year-old mom. Well, okay, with the name like Tam, I thought that you were an Indian dude. I thought you were an Indian dude like in your 20s. I really appreciate you for like showing up, and I really do hope that your job doesn't wear you out. But obviously, if you got 4 days off and no kids in the house or nothing, you get a chance to just sort of relax for a little bit and just sort of just hang out for a little. You can also working at the hospital, that's good. That's content. Like you can always have, because you'll always have a story about what went down at the hospital. Because I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta check something. I've been checking something. Which video? But yeah, feel free to let me know which video showed up. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to log into this website that I am a huge fan of. It's called Comics Plus. I talk about it all the time. I used to like if you have like a library card, depending on if your library is connected to it or not, you could like just go on there and just ball out. And I still got something for that. That's also very dope. Has it only been 38 minutes? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, okay, I show up the site, people start leaving. That's fair. This is more for me than for them anyway. Gargoyles and Fantastic Four. Okay, this is wild. I'm going to add this into my stuff to read. I love this. I love this website though. I really do. This is like one of my favorite websites. I could probably like devote the majority of life into just like going on here and just like looking through comic books and seeing what I feel like reading and just reading them. But if you if you ever just get tired of Marvel and DC, if you happen to have a library card, this website is called Comics Plus or Library Pass. You could just go there. Like your library if I'm not mistaken, should be like connected to the site. And if it isn't, then I think you like go to a library and actually check out who it might be. Just connect it and see if they will let you do it. I'm sorry. Like, if I start getting quiet, just know it's not because I love how it's like your manga starter collection, and one of those things is Stitch and the Samurai. That's crazy. Tokyo Pop made a manga with Stitch, and I need to read this. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I need to read this. What is happening? Wait, let me read the prequel to this. Hold on. Give me 178 pages. Oh wow. Okay, they did the whole thing for that one. Hold up. While fleeing the Galactic Federation, Stitch's spaceship found malfunctions and he makes an emergency landing, not in Hawaii, but in Sengoku era Japan. Discovered by the brutal warlord Lord Yamato and his clan, Stitch's incomparable cuteness is no match for the battle-weary samurai who decides to bring the blue Tanuki home with him. Will Stitch's love of chaos turn into a formidable advantage for the samurai's influence, or will his cute and fluffy form disarm the noble lord's stern facade? Tokyo Pop made this. This is the kind of stuff I live on this website for, man. I tell you. My name is Tammy, so Tam is my nickname, and video was working. And a video was working as a scam. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Lately, I was just thinking of just winning the lottery and hanging out. LOL. So I resonated with what you were saying. I appreciate that. It's really kind of annoying that's kind of what we have. I really find it kind of annoying that like in this nation we need a copious amount of money just to do basic things, like having a home and having enough time to hang out with family and friends doesn't really sound like something that normal people do in America. It sounds like something that you do when you're like rich and famous, because everybody who's not rich and famous got to work, and it's crazy. Like, it shouldn't have to be like that. Like, we shouldn't. It's like one of the reasons why I kind of hate capitalism so much is ultimately because you're never going to have enough money. Everything is going to always just keep getting more and more expensive. So you're always going to need more and more money to just do the same thing you were able to do when you had less money. That's the reason why I always go back to like the Big Mac and things that used to be like things that, we had way back in the day that hasn't changed in years. Now suddenly is more expensive and nobody can explain why, or rather the people who can explain why got the stupidest explanations as to why. It sucks all the way around. Disney manga. I just cannot believe this. I'm just gonna read I'm gonna read the first 10 pages of this. I'm gonna read the first 10 pages of this right fast because that's crazy. Like, Tokyo Pop is on some wild stuff here. Let's see. I read fast, y'all. So if y'all actually trying to follow along, yeah, I read fast, y'all. So if y'all actually trying to follow along, I apologize. I had to read this, so this is crazy. Okay, so Stitch just popped up on her. Stitch and the Samurai. This is crazy. Geikoku, a land in turmoil. The sad part is that, ironically, while I am learning Japanese and I'm trying to teach myself Japanese and try to understand it a little bit, I have no intention of going to Japan anymore. I recently had learned about who they just elected to run the show over there, and it does not feel she's right wing as hell. So it's last thing I want to do is if she's right wing, there's a great chance that the entire country is right wing too. I don't want to risk that. Shoot. Oops, hold on. Land in turmoil. God, this artwork is actually kind of beautiful. This is one thing that will always sort of get me about manga and stuff like that. Is like everything be looking realistic until you see their faces, and their faces clearly look like anime faces. You know what I'm saying? Like this looks realistic. Like this looks like an actual picture. And then you go into the actual faces and they look like, they look like anime characters in real armor. It looks like, I don't know if y'all remember, but there used to be a genre back in the day of fiction where it would be like combining animated stuff with like real stuff. My brain is thinking of the Page Master when it would be like when they would have like a boy in a library and they'll have like floating books and stuff like that. That's the vibe that this is giving me. Like now it looks more animated because the shine and stuff like that. But yeah, I just got to see where this goes. I don't know who this person is, but I already hate him. This dude said, please reconsider. There are women and children. And this guy said, no, those who defy me will be burnt to the ground. Children don't know what they're defying. You're just being an a-hole. See, this is the kind of crap that I'd be hating, because I can assure you that if somebody else read this, they would have loved this guy because he's so evil. He's so edgy. Bad guys are so cool. Blah. I hate that. I'm already angry right now. Chiba Masa. Sorry, y'all. I really, like I said, I'm reading this comic. I got to, like I said, this site. I've always been I've always been in love with this site. So, but yeah, like I said, also, man. Yeah, like I said, to repeat myself, the comic book that I'm reading is called Stitch and the Samurai. Currently, I'm at the part where, like, in another time, I would probably for another series, I would probably read over it or something, kind of like just sort of test my voice acting, but not for this one because at some point I would have to voice Stitch, and Stitch already has a pretty distinctive voice that I can't do. And I believe in also, as racist as it sounds, and I'm not trying to be, like every Japanese person in my head sounds like this. And that voice always hurts me. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like, by the way, shout out to the 4 people that are still in here. I'm genuinely I really appreciate you guys for sticking around. Hands in the chat like so I can see who you are, so I can give you a shout out if you want one. But I do appreciate y'all for like, popping up or well sticking around anyway. It really means a lot. Okay, let's see. Give me a full report on what you see. Avalanche, but we're in a forest. I like that. I ain't gonna lie, this is actually pretty funny to me. Avalanche, but we're in a forest. Dog, this is crazy. What? I don't know if anybody else is watching this right now, but I don't know if anybody else is like watching what's happening right now. But like, I'm reading manga dedicated to Stitch being like in Sengoku era Japan. That's Stitch. That's awesome. That is funny. Like, okay, so fun fact: I've never seen Lilo and Stitch the movie. I actually watched the TV series on Disney Channel way back when, but I never saw the actual movie, or rather, I never saw the whole movie. I only saw like a part of the movie when it came on television. But yeah, it was, like I've always did find Stitch to be this cute little angel of chaos. I love it. But like seeing this is just like, because Japan loves to do the silhouette thing, and I always find that to just be very interesting. That is amazing. This is a blue raccoon. I can see that. Oh my god. Oh man. It's a blue raccoon. It's just like kill it, whatever it is. This is so awesome. He's like, kill it, whatever it is, then form back up in March. So all of a sudden, this goes full on Honey Badger mode. This is awesome. I love this. This is so ridiculous. Did he kill that guy? Oh, never mind. No, he didn't. He just did Mondo. He just did the old Mondo from Battle Arena Toshinden move. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little too invested in this. I'm still reading the chat. Matter of fact, I'm going to. Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to do a poll in the chat real quick just to see if anybody. Hold up. Would you rather? Or just to see if anybody's up in here. Until you guys feel like talking, I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading this comic because this is really. This is amazing. Stitch don't play around. This is I kind of great now. I hate this protagonist. I hope this isn't the guy, man. This dude went from one to I want to. What are you kidding me? Yo, this is the most bonkers thing I've ever seen, man. I want to nuzzle my face against it. Like, guys, I wish that there was a way that I could like. I wish that I wish that I was more popular so that this would actually get a lot more like the reaction that it deserves. Because what this is bonkers, y'all. This is bananas. This is bananas. Like, this is the kind of thing. This should be like if I was more popular, this would probably be like my first attempt at trying to make a meme. Like, look at that, man. That's crazy. Across my many exploits on the field of battle, I never found something so. Oh wait, Stitch is a little war machine. He just beat up half your army, and you want to nuzzle your face against it. That's hilarious. I ain't gonna lie though, man. Also, to the person who would rather know how and when they're going to die, why did you choose that over playing a professional sport? Feel free to explain your answer. This is also a judgment-free zone, so I will not shame you for your decision. This is the craziest thing I've read so far. This is wild. Gochiku. God, I wish I was more popular, bro. This is the funniest thing I've ever read. Are you guys crazy? Holy crap, man! Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Part of me kind of wishes that I still have my nerd friends I was living with. When I was living with my nerd friends, we used to like read manga together like all the time. But I would always try my best to like do my voice acting thing where we would just like literally read the words like using some funny voices. But we've all since moved, and one went to Baltimore, one went to Louisiana. It's man, I miss my nerd friends, man. I really do. Nah, a day that doesn't go by where I don't miss them, man. I miss a lot of people, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. This dude really is. This is awesome. Holy crap. He's really trying to get Stitch's attention. Okay. I'm gonna read this in my spare time. That's funny as hell. All right. That's dope. I dig it. I think about death / afterlife a lot. Well, I guess you would, considering where you work at. Have you ever you've never worked in the medical industry before? Have you ever pursued a career in the medical field? Because like you're like literally in there. All right, gonna go ahead and get this Hip Hop Family Tree comic a try. I might actually like read this one because it's history and it's nonfiction. You know, shoot, Grandmaster Flash up in here looking mad fly. At least I hope that's him. Is Grandmaster Flash still alive? Oh snap! Bruh, there's some. Now DJ Kool Herc is still alive. Bruh, what is happening? Yeah, that's if I'm not, I do work with the elderly, but I am a widow, so it's kind of always at the forefront of my mind, having all my ducks in a row so my kids are good. Oh, you're a widow? Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear you know, that your spouse passed away. I guess that would definitely like motivate a lot of I would assume that would like motivate a lot of a lot of thoughts about death. Well, not thoughts about death, but like, maybe like questioning it a little bit. I understand that. I do sometimes consider giving up, but it wouldn't help a soul. It wouldn't help me at all. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, like I wouldn't recommend it. And I mean, I've tried it. This is not fun. It hurts like hell too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read this comic because, like I said, it's called Hip Hop Family Tree, and I'm black to be black, so part of me appreciates a good black comic. All right, let's see. Give me a second, y'all. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Are you playing music unbeknownst to us? No, I'm not. I would never play. I would never play music on here because I don't know what is and what isn't copyrighted, and it's very easy for my stuff to get muted if I do that. Uh, Gotta be tortured or numb to even get to that suspended beyond comprehension mental level. Are you playing music? No, yeah, I'm not. I'm not. Like I said, like I would never play music on my lives because like I don't know what is and what isn't copyrighted. I'm not trying to have my stuff muted. I actually played somebody's video on here one time, and she had, and because of the music that she had on her live, well, the music that she had, it muted my whole live. But also her music, I mean, the music that she had was original music from YouTube. So that was kind of weird. I will have to. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just go ahead and check this out right quick. Okay. I'll read that. I will read that another time. Content passion versus view hunting. I have no clue what you're talking about. Um, Sometimes it gives copyright warnings. Like it didn't do that for me. Like when I did her video, it didn't do anything. It just muted my video. It just muted my live. Oh wow, hold on. I'll get back to that in just a second. In the meantime, I'm going to. Oh God, I just remembered. I still had this. Okay, this is easy. Like I might actually like. Let me start over from the beginning because I like this. This is one of my favorite. All right, so for those who don't know, are y'all familiar with Valiant Comics? Are you watching it? Welcome to Derry. I don't like horror movies. I'm not a big fan of horror stuff, so I personally avoid that. What is Woody saying? Clang. You have no idea what Valiant. Okay, so I think if I could compare Valiant Comics to Valiant Comics was basically the third industry between like Marvel and DC. It was actually for a long time it was Marvel, DC. I want to say Image and Valiant, and for a long and like there was Valiant Comics was like one of those. Valiant Comics was doing its own thing for like a really long time, but it ended up. I think they were actually on the verge of becoming just as big as like Marvel and DC were. But the thing that stopped them was that they wanted to do a collab with Image Comics, and apparently they did this whole plot thing, this whole plan, and things just did not fall through, and that actually caused the comic sales to sort of plummet a little bit. And in the process, a lot of I'm telling you, just when you get the chance, look up Valiant Comics. It's actually very, oh God, it's so good, bro. Like it really is. Like Valiant Comics really did. Am I losing it or is that a pet goat? No, you're not losing it. That is a pet goat. That's a goat. He's also eating some stuff. Yep, that's a goat. That is greatest of all time right there. Shoot, I'm really, oh man, I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting a lot of details here, but I actually looked into it. But there was like a big thing that they were doing, and it was like, God, okay, I forget. Oh man, okay, because like it, the more you know about Valiant Comics, the more you can appreciate comic book history, because this is very, it was like a really big deal. Like Valiant, it was either Valiant Image or Valiant and Dark Horse, but Valiant Comics was ultimately like this it was just another publisher, and they they were like doing their own thing for a while. They was actually doing like a lot of cool stuff, and like I actually, this website is what got me into Valiant Comics, and it was like a lot that went into it, man. It was, but like they ended up wanting to do a collaboration with, hold on, I'm gonna, dang it, give me a second, because I'm gonna try to figure this. I'm gonna try to like understand this a little bit better. Okay. All right. Okay. So it was something called Deathmate, and it was something called Deathmate, and Deathmate was the thing that Valiant wanted to do with Image Comics, and Valiant was like ridiculously professional with what they were doing, but Image Comics, they used to like just be a little lax with their releases. So when Deathmate ultimately did happen, it was like a lot of, they didn't know like specifically what to do with each other's characters or anything like that, and this Valiant Comics and Image Comics doing Deathmate is ultimately what sort of like led to the comics crash that happened. Like there was actually a time where people were not buying comics, and it was because of this thing that happened. It's bananas, bro. It is, but like when you ever get the chance, like look into Valiant Comics, like look into the history of it. It's wild. But I gotta read this because Quantum and Woody is funny as hell. Sorry, y'all. I also Bloodshot. Fun fact about Bloodshot: this guy here was he was for a long time. I forgot Jason David Frank, who was the Green Ranger for Power Rangers from way back when, actually was playing Bloodshot when they was trying to make like a cinematic universe for Valiant. Ultimately, they ended up giving that role to Vin Diesel for some questionable reason, and and like it was a long time, but he was Bloodshot for like a while. So it kind of bummed me out when they finally did try to make a cinematic. They tried to make like I can't talk right now. When they released the movie and it made Vin Diesel instead of Jason David Frank Bloodshot, it really kind of bummed me out because that could have really, like, Lord knows how different the world would have looked if Jason David Frank played Bloodshot in the cinema release in comparison to somebody else. But like Bloodshot, he's basically like this universe's Wolverine. That's why they look so different. He's like practically immortal. He's like super powered by nanomachines. It's all types of cool stuff here. Like I'm telling you, whenever you get the chance, man, just look into like Valiant Comics. It's so good, bro. World's Worst. That's great. Okay. Hey, get the hell out of the way, people. Or feel free to break our fall. That's this is so stupid. I got 3 votes on this thing. What's going on? These footage was taken by eyewitness to the scene earlier today. People responding to an explosion at the business headquarters of Quantum Solutions were shocked. When these men were dramatically costumed and demonstrated strange abilities. The way they dressed up, the ways they dressed as though it was supposed to be some kind of superheroes, and they're the world's worst superhero team. Has had a strange events and extraordinary individuals these last few months undoubtedly has many citizens watching. But if the Starlink debut of this any dedication that the mystery men reportedly call themselves Quantum and Woody are really heroes, or are they dangerous, overgrown children causing trouble? That is perfect. This is crazy. Fight for your right to fight. Oh man, I might do this a lot more. God, I wish I had somebody else up here with me so I could like read this out loud, because like obviously they're gonna sound different to me, but the problem is that like I can't figure out how I want them to sound just yet, and they're gonna probably end up sounding similar when I read them out loud. All right, I got only one person up in here. Nobody's been talking for a few minutes. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and appreciate this comic a little bit. I'm gonna bounce. I do appreciate you guys for like coming in and just sort of like hanging out with me for a little bit while I read these comics and play these games and do this stuff. Y'all have been very. I appreciate it all the same. But I also do need to kind of go to bed too, because I got work tomorrow. So, okay. So as always, on my way out, just remember, just remember, you are more than just a person. You are an experience. You can either choose to be a good experience, a bad experience, or no experience at all. I personally choose to try to be at least a good experience or no experience. But I definitely recommend not being a bad experience. Just understand that everybody's kind of going through some stuff right now. So last thing they need is a +2 to 10 on a really bad day. Everything's kind of frustrating and stressful enough as it is for everyone. So just, if you can't be nice, just be nothing, In the meantime, though, spread love and spread peace. And if you can't spread love or peace, spread nothing. A lot of people need nothing right now. I know how weird that sounds, but yeah. Understand that, be good to each other, be kind to each other. And if you can't do that, then be nothing to each other. I don't know when's the next time I'm going to go live, but I do appreciate you guys for sticking around and coming in this go round and everything like that. I'm very appreciative. But yeah, I got work tomorrow, so I do got a biz out right now. Love and peace to every single one of y'all out there, and hopefully we'll do this again soon.